we're joined by Anisha today. Anisha is going to talk us to her WILDFIT journey. Anisha has been doing WILDFIT since
last year.
Yeah. So it's been a year already, right?
Already a year, almost a year.
Yeah. Anisha, I think you started by being very skeptical about WILDFIT, right?
I was. I think from childhood I've always been a big child.
Yeah.
Chubby, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
So I have been through a lot of these diet or fads, whatever you want to call it, on and off basis. I've tried, you want to say Atkins, and they say these General Motors diets or this or that, you only eat watermelon, or I've been through it. So when I saw the poster of WILDFIT on one of the WhatsApp groups, I was very skeptical, to be honest. I didn't think anything else would help me lose weight, which didn't happen already in the past.
Yeah.
So I did speak to one or two of my friends who had been through it, and they all gave me the feedback that even if you don't lose the weight, there are other advantages and there'll be other wins. And that's it. I think it came also at a good time to me, because we were in the middle of the lockdown.
Yeah.
I was at home, I was not at work.
Yeah.
I had the time, to give myself.
True.
I think more than anything else. And I took the leap of faith, and I'm glad I did.
Great. Yeah. But it always looks too good to be true, right?
It does.
It does. Because whenever I talk about it, and people tell me it can't happen, right?
Yeah.
Because I think we've always been in a situation where you have to take pills to get rid of your diseases or things like that.
Yeah.
But for you, what was the one thing that you felt was...
So I think health, being healthy or losing weight, I think has always been associated with eliminating things from your diet and exercising.
Yeah.
I mean, these two things are sort of, they go hand in hand. The minute you say you want to be healthy, it says, you have to eat healthy food and you have to exercise.
Yeah.
And with WILDFIT, because it doesn't emphasize so much on this from the start, that it's a diet program or it's an exercise program where you need so many hours in the gym, it sort of makes you a bit skeptical in the sense that you feel, how will it work?
Yeah.
And also because you don't know the program in its totality from day one.
Yeah.
I think, though now after doing the program, I think that's the best part of it.
Exactly.
It's the best, because I think if you know the whole program from day one, it can be very overwhelming.
Yeah.
It can be a bit also that, because you know the next step, you get tempted to sort of do it beforehand.
Yeah.
You sometimes don't have the patience to wait.
Yeah.
And the way I think WILDFIT is programmed, you need to go step by step. I think you need to give it the time in the time frame that it's supposed to work.
Yeah. But also I think, if we told you you would have to go all these steps, it would be also scary too.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Because at one point I think it gets quite difficult, right?
It does. I think also it depends a lot on how your lifestyle is. I think if you're a bachelor or you're staying alone, you're just cooking for yourself, you're just living a solitude life, it's easier to adapt things. But obviously for somebody like me or anybody with a family, where you're cooking for a family or where you are part of a family, it's a bit, you feel a bit scared that how will it work as a whole? Will you have to do things only for yourself? Do you have the time to do it or not? So I think that's a bit...
But how did you manage this?
So for me, because I do my own cooking, I didn't cook separately for myself. I cooked sort of the foods which I could eat, and then added another thing for the rest of the family.
I think it's what works best, right?
Yes.
Because or else you feel separated from the others, right?
And as a result, I think everybody was eating healthy.
Exactly.
In fact, my husband lost weight as well. So he was pretty thrilled as well that he's eating more, of the healthier stuff, and even the kids, because it was not something that they won't want to eat, but I would add something on top, like a little pasta or whatever, a little add-on for them, and not eat that myself. But I didn't cook anything separate for me throughout the program.
I think your husband was sold on it, right?
Yes, he was completely sold on it.
Yeah, that's a good thing.
I think he was more of a advertiser for the program after that than me.
Yeah, but I think it worked well. And
Yeah.
for the kids, how did they feel about it?
So for me, my daughter is pretty healthy. Like, you know, she's, I think, being elder teen, I think that generation itself is far more health conscious than what we are.
Yeah.
So she was following it with me quite a bit.
Okay.
You know, she was eating whatever I was sort of eating, and she didn't complain at all.
Okay.
And even for my son, he was pretty okay. Some
Yeah.
days he would be like, oh, because obviously they want their carb, they want a little bit of pasta or a little bit of this or that. But no, I think as a whole, I don't think there were any complaints from them.
Okay.
At all.
And what effects did you get? The health effects, the health benefits?
So I think, and I think this I would like to say to whoever is listening and watching, that I don't think you should prioritize weight loss, which I think a lot, or I think maybe 99% of the health programs do.
Yeah.
They focus on the weight loss.
Yeah.
And like for me, being a big built person, always my reports, like my blood reports, have always been clear.
Exactly.
So it's not, I don't think you need to associate, obviously I know I need to lose that weight.
Yeah.
I know I am fat, or I need to lose 10, 15 kilos, but I don't think that should be associated just primarily with health.
Yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
I know a lot of people who are super skinny, yet their cholesterol is higher than mine, yet they are not, they don't have that much of energy, or, you know, they have, the skin is not that great or whatever. So I don't think health should be just associated by being thin.
Absolutely. Absolutely agree.
It needs to be looked in totality, where you have more energy, you know, you have more focus, you have, your skin is good, your health is good, your hair are good, they're not falling, you know, you have that energy to do things with your kids, or you have the energy to focus the entire day at work and still come back home and, you know, do other stuff. Sleep. I think sleep for me in particular, because I'm a very light sleeper, I used to get up many times at night. Sleep was something where WILDFIT really helped me. After a long time, I slept at night and got up straight in the morning. So that was a really good thing for me.
But you're absolutely right. You know, like the weight, or if you're coming into the program for weight loss, it's not going to work. There's so much more to it. It's also demanding on you, right?
So weight loss does happen. Obviously, the way the program is designed, weight loss does happen. Might or might not happen for some people to that much of a degree. But I think the other things that you benefit from is far more than just losing the weight. You know, when somebody will look at you and say, "Oh, you know, you're glowing," they're not looking at your body. They're looking at your face, because how much you're radiating. You know, with a clear skin and with good hair, and you know, you've slept well, so your dark circles have gone. So all that, obviously, you know, nobody's telling you, oh, how thin you're looking.
No,
your first reaction is,
how you're
looking. You're like, you're looking so good.
True.
Because you're looking at your face, not at your body.
Yeah, very true.
So that was something which which I think was a big advantage.
And for you, I think though, after the 90 days finished, it was a bit more difficult though, right?
Yeah, I think going back, I think for me in particular, for me when I had that accountability, with the weekly calls, I knew I had to report to someone. I think I was a little more focused.
Okay.
After the 90 days as well, I was very focused for a very long time. And then, somewhere down the line, I did lose a bit of focus, but I'm trying to catch up on that and get back back to track. Because obviously, you know, when you're living in a society, it's somebody's birthday, it's not only just you, there's a lot of sometimes peer pressure or a social pressure that, okay, eat one piece of cake, you know, or let's go out to this restaurant. And then you don't want to be the spoiled sport, or you don't want to be that person who says, oh, I don't eat this, and I don't want to go there, you know. So sometimes you get into that.
Absolutely, I think one advice for you, that's why I think I've realized that, and like, that's why I'm trying to do the monthly calls. I think that's going to help. But also, one recommendation is for you to redo the 90 days challenge on your own. Review the videos, that can help too. And then, like, obviously I'm there.
And the videos do stay with you on the site.
They do stay with you. And I think that can help. And maybe doing it with someone, having the accountability with someone, that can help too.
Because I think the minute the accountability comes in, you sort of, I think, get more conscious.
I know.
because on a Friday you need to report and say, okay, how good or bad you've been.
Yeah, exactly.
When there's no accountability, you say, okay, let me do it the next day. I'll start from tomorrow. Kind of thing.
True. Yeah. So. But what do you think the next steps for you are? Like, how can you get back on track?
So I think for me, I need to focus my mind. I need to probably say to myself or probably remind myself how good I felt when I was on that program or even after. How good my energy was or how good my output was in terms of my work or my focus or my daily being, how I was not feeling bloated at all, how I was just feeling good about myself. So I think the minute you remind yourself of that, and when you have food in front of me and you start questioning yourself that, okay, I'm going to eat this now and it's going to give me that instant satisfaction or pleasure, but then tomorrow I'm going to get up with this bloated feeling or hurt in my tummy, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, for sure.
Because now after the program, like when I eat carbs, I start getting eczema, which has never happened to me I'm 45. I have never had eczema in my life because I've always eaten those carbs. And I have never realized that I am not gluten intolerant, but it doesn't suit my body if I have too much of carbs, which my body tells me now, which my body has never told me in the past that, this doesn't suit you.
But I think first things I think can be really helpful for you, journal it down, write them down. And I think also, WILDFIT is a lot about food. I think next level you should go is exercise. How much are you exercising now?
So I walk.
Okay.
I try and do my steps.
All right.
I try and do, if not 10,000, I go to about 8,000 steps.
Okay.
Because most of the time I'm at work, but I try to do my 8,000 steps.
Okay.
I have not gone back to a more strenuous exercise regime in the gym. Also a little bit because of COVID, a little bit because it's been hectic with kids being at home. I think that's been also, it takes up a lot of your time. Now, hopefully now they're back at school and
that's going to be helpful. That's really going to be helpful.
Things will start getting back to normal. I think you'll start feeling more secure going out to the gym and things like that. So that is something I want to get back to is weight training, because I used to do that.
I think you should.
And I do Pilates.
Okay.
So that's something which helps.
But I think what you can do is, get it the other way around, right? See that how you're going to exercise, how food is going to help you exercise better. So then you have extra motivation, because then you will feel better when you're exercising, right? So I think just going those two ways can really be helpful. That's really, really going to be helpful. Because in a way, your body also gets bored with the same thing, and it needs a challenge, right? True. It really needs a challenge. So I think that's the first thing that you need to do. So try that. I've, for example, now after 5 years, now I've seen that WILDFIT Cow can help me to go to the next level of exercise. I think that's the next way.
Definitely. Even when I was doing my Pilates, my instructor always told me throughout the program that your energy is going up. I mean, she could feel that. She didn't know I'm doing the program. She had no idea. But throughout those weeks, every week when I went to her, she would tell me that, I can feel the change. You are more energetic today, or you could do this exercise with far more ease today than you did last week. So obviously it did show somewhere in my health.
It felt good, right?
It felt good.
It felt really good.
Definitely.
So I think that emotion too, Anisha, as you were saying, right? Try to get that, and I think that's really going to be helpful. And also I think, for me it works, exercise in the morning is much better. But try to do a planning. I think that's really going to be helpful for you.
Sometimes I think with this whole COVID thing, a lot of things have got a bit jumbled up, and your planning has really gone out of the window, because every day is a new day.
True.
Today something is happening, tomorrow you hear, okay, this one's come down with COVID, or now this is the new protocol, kids are at school, kids are at home, work is happening, not happening. So it's been a bit of a mess, but I'm hoping things to settle down. And for me to get back into my
I think routine. Mess is a way for you to find clarity in this, right? because it was not working earlier.
For sure. Yeah. I think if I had not been in this past few months, to be honest, I haven't really followed it up and down.
Yeah.
But it has given me a lot of answers about myself.
Exactly.
It's given me answers in terms of what suits me, what doesn't suit me.
Yeah.
You know, if I eat something, how do I feel the next morning? It's given me answers in terms of, do I want to feel like this the next morning or
True.
not? True. Because earlier when you felt the same way every single morning, you didn't have a comparison. But now I have a comparison to how it can be, you know, and how I can achieve it.
Exactly.
I have that answer.
Yeah. So, but it's part of the program for you to get lost.
Yes.
Because when you get lost, you get those clarity, right? Because if it goes on, like let's say WILDFIT goes on forever, what would happen? You would just follow what I'm doing, and it's not necessarily working for you, right?
Yeah, and also I think it has to be a lifestyle change.
Exactly.
It's not just about 90 days or any diet. I think that's why most of the times I feel, because it's my personal experience, that's why most of these diets or programs have never worked for me in the past, because you're doing something for a month and then, okay, you are very focused for that month, and when you're left on your own, you go back, you know?
Yeah.
And I think with WILDFIT, the advantage is that it gives you those tools, it teaches you how to
move ahead,
adapt it to your lifestyle, because I mean your lifestyle could be very different to mine, very different to somebody else's. You know?
Yeah, absolutely.
People with small kids, people with big kids, you know, you're living alone, you have a hectic work life, or you're just a person who's at home. Everybody can adapt it to their own sort of routine and family surroundings and take it forward from there. It's not a straight line that you have to walk on it.
Yeah.
It gives you the tools to get to your destination.
Absolutely.
Whether you can get to your destination on the straight road or a zigzag road or whatever way, but you will get to your end destination with those tools, because it empowers you in a certain way, I think.
Yeah, no, really good. Thanks a lot, Anisha.
No, it's
That's
my pleasure.
Been really good. Pleasure. Any closing words from you?
No, I think whoever wants to join this program, I personally would like to tell them that take that leap of faith.
Okay.
And I think go into the program without any preconceived notions of health or fitness, and just have that trust in the program. Because I think the way the program is designed, in the first 2 weeks, you're like, what is happening? I mean, how is it going to ever work? You know, because that was my thought, that, you know, after the first 2 weeks, I'm like, this is not happening. You know, I don't know whether I've made the right choice or the wrong choice, or I don't know what's happening with the program. But I think if you let the program run its course, you are going to see, you know, that light at the end of the tunnel. It's there, and you will see it at some point in the program. It's just you have to have the faith and the trust, the way the program is designed, for sure.
Wow, couldn't have said it better. Thanks a lot, Anisha.
No, my pleasure.
Thank you.
My pleasure,
so
completely.
We'll hopefully see you on the monthly calls.
Yes.
And then hopefully another 90-day challenge, and then we do it again.
I will.
All right. Thank you.
Thanks, Manal. Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot.